And welcome back, everybody. We're here at the half final of the European Quidditch Cup Division 2. I'm Philipp Stolz, and I'm joined
by Sarah Kemp. That's me. Hi.
Hi, Sarah, and thank you for joining me for this wonderful game of Quidditch that's in front of our eyes in a few minutes. On the left-hand side, you guys will see the Vienna Vanguards facing the Berlin Bluecaps, who just earlier gave a shout-out to Julia Frieling, the founder of their club, who's currently at home watching, I hope, and they miss her dearly, but now they're celebrating with a I don't know, it's a centipede of some sort, I don't know.
It's tradition.
And if it's tradition, it cannot be wrong. Okay, as you know, in the half final we'll also have the Looping Lux Leipzig playing versus the Augsburg Owls, which will be the games deciding who will come home with a trophy in this European Quidditch Cup Division 2. And for now, it seems like it's a German language affair because only these four teams are in. Okay, if we come across the whole tournament, Vienna Vanguards, they had a tough start, Sarah, didn't they?
Yes, they really had a tough start yesterday, but they pulled together nicely today.
Yeah, they bounced back.
All of the games today were really focused, and especially right now, they're pretty sure to get a D1 spot out of this.
Yeah,
so
and
they
that's
even have less pressure on them.
Yeah, but I think they want to now win the whole tournament. I mean, they won against Liverpool with 100 star to 40. Yesterday they lost against Liverpool, so I think they should be very proud of themselves. It's always good as a team to come back against an opponent who beat you just earlier and just get the win, and that's an important one. It should make them pretty confident.
That's true, and it really helps mentally. The same goes for Berlin. I mean, they went into Southampton and went with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was
They
a
won.
Great game.
They won 190 to 30. 130 star to 30. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And yeah, and this means that these two teams have it only one step until the final of the European Quidditch Cup. The conditions are pretty perfect. The wind has all but gone now. It's now really gone. It's sunny. It's a great day for some Quidditch, and the teams are now going over the last tactics and look to set their starting lineups for this game.
Yeah, in a few seconds we can hear all of their awesome chants.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I have the, I would say, fortune of staying with the Vienna Vanguards in the same hostel as they do. And yesterday evening, they told me that after the first loss of yesterday, they were pretty down. But then Simon Hackel did a speech about that they're still in this game. It really rallied them all together, and now we're full of hope. And I think this proves to be a very tight-knit group. They love each other. They play with each other so much, and they want to win this game all the way through.
Of course, Berlin also wants to win. And the great thing is Berlin and Leipzig are both in our Eastern League in Germany.
Yeah.
And so we really just, you get the feeling that they both want everything they can get. And I think Berlin is really up to it. So they prepared really well. Germany had its own little preparation camp.
Oh yeah, they did.
For the D2 division. And hopefully they got some great tips also for Vienna there.
Yeah. And what surprised me about Berlin was their qualifier game was really, really, really experienced. I mean, they played against Southampton, and not too shabby team at all, but I think in the qualifier game they set themselves apart with some quick counters, great passes, and in their defense they were just tough, solid. And it was really, really, really good complemented by the beating game of their beater squad.
Oh, yes.
On the other hand, I mean, Vienna has some outstanding players as well. And especially I want to mention Andrea Wöger. I think if Andrea Wöger, the chaser of Vienna Vanguard, is not controlled in her trolling by the defense of Berlin, it could send a lot of troubles for the Berlin Bluecaps.
But I think they have their answer there with Rosa.
I think so too, but I wouldn't put Rosa in the defense on the troll. I hope that the long arms of Max, me, or whoever is like close to the hoops will pickpocket these passes out of the way. But we'll see how it goes.
Or maybe even a quick little beater.
Or maybe a quick beat by whomever wears a black handband for the Berlin Bluecaps.
What is also really interesting, both of those teams have a lot of national players on their roster.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Vienna Vanguard basically is 80% of the Austrian national team, and rightfully so. They have some outstanding players: Simon Hackel, Andrea Wöger, Anita Brehm. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. These players have just a lot of experience on the European level, and they, as you said rightfully, they want to get back into Division 1.
Yes.
And now they are switching sides. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I think there was a coin toss with one by the Vienna Vanguards.
So the sun is actually standing on one side, so this might be a small disadvantage to Berlin.
Yeah, the sun comes from the right-hand side of the pitch to the left-hand side of the pitch, making it harder for defenses to watch into the sun and keep an eye on the opposing players at the same time. And that's why Vienna is now on the right-hand side and Berlin Bluecaps on the left-hand side. Sarah, as you know the Berlin Bluecaps pretty well, and you have your fair share of observations about the Vienna Vanguards as they have been on stream and you're watching this tournament. If you were a betting woman, which team you are? Oh, perfect. Okay, so I give you.
My money's on Berlin.
Your money's on Berlin. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take that bet. We're not talking about the amounts. I'm just symboling it to you, and we'll. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Of course, we're not doing that. That would be illegal. I bet.
But that's the British influence on this tournament. You just have to bet on something. Now I'm for the East German teams.
Yeah.
I have to be.
Yeah. When you're talking about British influence, I really would have loved to see Liverpool versus Southampton, but they're playing at the same time on pitch 3. I think.
Yes.
I would have loved to see that game. I hope we can give you some short insights of the game as this game is marching on. Maybe go watch, keep an eye on the chat. We'll be writing some of the results. And check, of course, the Quidditch Live app provided by Lukas Schövens.
Yes, the URL is quidditch.me, so quidditch.me, and you can just select the tournament for today, and you will see all the live scores of all the games, and also all cards and timeouts.
And I love this app. I really got to tell you.
Yes, shout out to Lukas.
Yeah. When we are at shoutouts, some people still wanted me to give some shoutouts. There's Maike Dambrek at home watching. I hope you're feeling well. She got injured quite recently. An operation turned out badly, but I hope you're getting better soon every day. Julia Frieding, we should greet. And if there's someone else you want to have a quick shout out to, just write it to us in the comments or in the chat and we'll provide them for you.
So I also use this chance. Shout out to Jena.
Use
no
your
bias.
screen time, Sarah. Use your
no
screen
bias
time.
there.
Okay, there's a quick hug out.
Oh yeah, a little dance off and dance together. I love that about Quidditch. I just heard the word derby. Can you?
Hauptstadt Derby, which translates to Capital City Derby, and rightfully so. It's Berlin, capital of Germany, versus Vienna, capital of Austria. And it's nice to see. That's what I love about this community. It's all very competitive on the pitch, but off the pitch, we're getting to know each other, especially in like tournaments like these. We're friends, we get along, and we just want to have some great fun, and we can have because Warsaw provide us with some great opportunities. I love this tournament organizing. It's perfect. Thank you at the guys from Ruhr Phoenix TV for providing us with this stream. It's getting better every single time, and they are doing themselves. And now we're getting ready for this game.
Refs are on their spots. Berlin is getting some last hugs in there. The Berlins are already starting their chant again. And we're getting ready.
Florian of Belgium is reffing this game, and everybody is ready and anxious to get started. And I'm kind of excited too now.
Oh, very close to the ball. Berlin has first quaffle.
All right.
But bloodshed control is to Vienna.
Yeah, mixed start. The whole starting procedure, I think, is going to change in the next few years. A lot of injuries, fortunately not in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how this develops in the continuation of our game. But for now, it's Berlin with the attack.
And this, no goal.
Berlin still in possession. It's Mio Martens.
And you can hear the screams, no bludgers, and the first broom's down.
That was some hard contact here that Mio Martens has at the face, but he's a strong dude. He's back on his feet. But the game was stopped. I don't know if he has to sub because, yeah, he's got to sub. The game was stopped.
If you stop for a player, yeah, they have to sub.
Yeah, but in his defense, he didn't really call for a stop. And I mean, sometimes you're shaken up, but he got back on his feet. Doesn't help. there's a sub for Berlin. And this looks to be a very tough game. I mean, you saw these people are getting into the arms of each other, they're getting wrapped, and that's what I love this sport. There's a lot of contact, and it's very, very competitive.
This is really intense now. But they're still helping each other out.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a successful defense of Vienna. Sebastian, I don't think he can beat everybody as quickly enough to provide to prohibit the pass.
He tries, but
yeah, this guy has a lot of energy. He'll play all day long if you allow it to. If you allow him. Now it's Vanguard's attack. One troll on the left-hand side.
they now lost bludger control. So this might be interesting. But they're getting in there. Some nice
No bludgers there. Now
there was the bludger.
there it came out of nowhere.
Another on a counter-attack. And there is no bludger this time. One nice pass and a goal.
First blood
First
for
blood.
Berlin Bluecaps. Great.
10-0.
Yeah, I love Leonard Podetti, the French national player. Great acquisition by the Berlin Bluecaps. Helped them a lot during this tournament. Has the open eye on the left-hand side to his keeper.
Their beater game also really stepped up when they got Sebastian in there.
Yeah, but don't forget the beaters of Vienna Vanguards. It's Markus and Josephine. Excellent beaters in their own regard.
Yes.
Whoa!
Oh! And already the beater's back, defending, ready to defend the hoops.
That was a risky thing, and I think Berlin should play it slow because now they're getting pressured.
Yeah.
The bludger is far away, but Vienna successfully. I mean, Feli Schönwelder did a great job of buying time for a beater buddy to give defense for her chasers. Now Mio Martens on the right-hand side.
And they need to get some openings in there. Oh, they really need. Slowly going forwards, but there are still two bludgers in there.
Yeah, but now it's very crowded in front of the hoops. Not easy to drive there. Pass on the left-hand side to Lerena.
Oh, miss pass.
And great defense here by the chaser of Vienna.
Yeah,
She
and-
kept onto that ball for ages.
And the ref saw something for Berlin.
Yeah, there seems to be a foul by the Berlin squad.
But the ref is not calling it. Now we have the brooms down. Let's see what happened there. Did you see anything?
Might have been an issue in the way that I think it was Rosa Kuhn of Berlin who threw herself onto the chaser of Vienna, but I'm not sure. We just have to listen to Florian. That's what he excels at. We'll see what his call is. And I think the hand was first raised by Marco Zigaus, the ref from Passa. He's also very experienced ref. We are fortunate to have these so many experienced refs here on the court, and they're doing their jobs as good as they can.
Yeah, I think most of them are actually head refs.
Yes, they are. In these early games, I think a lot of it came down to the beater play. I mean, there's bludgers floating left and right. It's hard to keep track. And in the end, who won these battles had their upper hand. For now, it's 10-0. It's still anyone's game. And foul call on Leonard Podet. Yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card. For 2 arms.
Yellow card, 2 hands contact.
All right. If there's a second hand, that's a yellow card. And it will earn him 1 minute in the penalty box.
Yeah. And now Vienna has the advantage there, but they lost the quaffle.
Yeah, now they should maybe slow it down. I think they should really take some time off the clock to regain the 4th chaser.
Yes, they also exchanged their beater set there.
Yeah, I like what they're changing beater pairs in general, because the beater body, you need the synergy with your beater body, and this gives them the opportunity to only act in these pairs, and it gives them this little synergy bonus that other people might not use.
That's true. But it also makes you a little bit predictable for the other team.
That's true.
Ah,
Mio Martens gets pressured, puts in the left-hand side to his brother Max.
Max is on his own, and not many stations open for him. Vienna.
Nice interception by Anita Prem.
Oh,
Hey, Andrea Wöger.
and nice defense. And they're starting a slow counter-attack now.
Daniel Mitterauer now with the quaffle.
And there's only one bludger in there, so they should be able. They could get through that now.
I mean, look at the defense of Berlin. They're towering next to their hoops. It's very close to their own hoops. And Vienna plays also the very defensive approach with hoop defense.
Yes, they're both very deep into the hoops there. But that's all. That also means both of them know how to break up that.
Yeah, Vienna now needs to find an answer how to get some holes into that defense. And now there could be one. As one bludger is far away, Markus Tünte tries to put another one away. Now Andrea Wöger needs to go, but she's wrapped successfully by Max Martens.
And there's a try, but no. There was the ref call also before he threw that ball.
Did you see anything? I didn't see
I think
any rule infringement.
No rule infringement, but I think they were just really into it.
All right, Max Martens gets quaffle.
Yeah, they got really excited there.
And play resumes.
Yes, and now it's time for the counter attack of Berlin, and Max just goes through there. He tries to drive, but he was stopped. So I think that's one thing both teams have to really consider here, that you can't drive through this defense, not on your own.
I mean, it would have worked if the one hoop would still be upright as soon as Max was in front. It was very unlucky that it dropped. But look at that. Mio Martens tried to be sneaky and steal the quaffle away, but Vienna was paying attention, and it's still a very low-scoring game. 10-0 for the Berlin Bluecaps versus the Vienna Vanguards.
And they're also swapping blotcher control nearly with every attack that they're driving.
Now pressing opportunity. Reset is used. Great. I mean, Berlin forced the reset.
Oh, and there's another ref call.
I think it might have been contact of the neck when there was a battle between number 69 of the Vienna Vanguards against the beater.
Yes, and at the hoops. That was pretty intense back there.
Yeah, Laurens Greffel was there a bit too enthusiastic, and it earns him the second yellow card.
Yes.
Contact over on the neck.
Yeah, I mean he knows it. There's no debate about that. It will earn him 1 minute.
Yes.
And he hopes his team can rally together and make up this time with no score on their own hopes.
You really have to look out for that when the game is getting really intense and you're getting too excited. It happens very quickly then.
But until now, I think this games is hard, but pretty fair. I mean,
Yeah.
they're getting cards, but it's not like I think there's any purpose in these attacks.
And they're also nearly always shaking hands after, so they're always trying to stay on the
So
good
Max
side.
Martin tries to get
Another
cross 1,
drive.
2, 3, and he puts it
And
through.
there he has his goal. He worked hard for that one.
And look at him. That is some testosterone, this guy here. Really, really happy that he got through 3 defenders. And now Vienna
Yes.
is calling for the timeout.
Yes. And I think they really need this timeout to just pull together.
Yeah, you're right. The timeout, I think, is at the right time because, I mean, the defense of Vienna is okay. 2 goals after 6 minutes, that's okay. But in the offense, they need other ideas. The Berlin Bluecaps, I'm not giving them much. And they're standing back at their own hoops.
But Berlin also has a really tight defense. I can say from experience, it's not easy to crack it. It is. You can get through there, but you really have to figure out how to do that.
I mean, if I could give some advice to Vienna, I would try maybe their passing game will not work as good because it sends them on the wings and not far in front of the center. Maybe get some pick action, and then of course you need more penetration from the beaters, which they can provide. I mean, I saw Markus Tünte and Josephine Röse. They got some great impact there, but then it was kind of some lack of communication. And we'll see if they can improve it.
Yeah, it's their timing. So they have both parts that you need actually, but their timing is a little bit off right when they're in front of the others.
I mean, it's easier said than done. We're standing outside here and are like complaining about wrong stuff.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to hold 1 minute in this game.
Well, maybe that's our next bet.
I should do that.
Timeout's over.
And for Berlin, I think they want to capitalize more on their defensive prowess, like maybe score 1 or 2 more goals, put this whole thing out of swim range. That gives you more confidence as soon as the snitch comes on pitch.
Yes, but they really have to take care to not lose focus then.
I mean, look at this. There's 5 players standing between the hoops and only 1 on point.
Yes, and then a few times the little beaters coming out, but Vienna is trying something new now. They're getting...
Yeah, Andrea Wilger got a spot behind the hoops.
And she still has the quaffle.
I mean, Andrea Wilger is really one of my favorite players during this tournament. She's so strong with the ball in hands, but also off-screen when she sneaks back into the defense.
And there we have some nice passing.
And now there's bloodshed control for Vienna.
Yeah. There was the beater very fast.
Important beat there by the
Yeah.
Berlin beater.
Bloodshed control still with Berlin, I think,
Yeah.
if I see it correctly.
I think that
Oh,
defense
no,
was won by
Vienna.
Miriam Buchert. She did a great job there of controlling her bloodshed. She was attacked by the opposing beater line, which did a napalm on her. She defended it and got the bloodshed back.
Vienna's also more aggressive now in their defending there.
I think number 29 was also beat there because the ball bounced off. Yeah, and now he's sent back.
Yes.
That's like, if you get 2 players with 1 beat, that's always a good feeling. Rosa Kuhn here,
Oh,
wrapped successfully.
but
Still on her feet.
standing. A nice handoff going on. The Berlin, they just keep standing. Vienna is tackling, and another goal.
I mean, this Max Martens, he's such a great arm, and he's dodging tackles left and right, and then he gets a concentration, and it's not, and he was off balance and still put it straight to the right-hand side hoop. Where Rosa Kuhn was also available for a pass, but he
Yes.
went for the distance.
But I think
throw.
she was actually beat at one point. But you can really see the tackle training paying off there.
I mean, Rosa Kuhn is one of the players where I'm really like excited when I see her tackles. She's not that big of a in terms of size, but she can wrap extremely. Her technique is superb, and she can bring down
Yes.
anybody.
Vienna trying again, this time from the other side.
Dominic Hiesel here with the ball, passes it.
They're always concentrating on the right side. Maybe they could switch that up a little bit. Or take they lost the ball. But that's number 7 of Vienna.
That's Simon here, and I like Simon here really a lot. He's got a big heart. He's agile as the wind is, and he can like really turn the defense upside down.
I really like that he's confident with the ball.
Yeah.
He's not getting scared of other chasers. None of them are.
Yeah.
None of them are.
But Berlin's defense is really baffling my mind around. They forced the reset now, and they look really in control of this whole game as soon as the midline is crossed.
They lost 2 hoops now.
That's unfortunate. The goal ref should go there and put them back on quickly. Otherwise, it's hard.
Yeah, the problem is the beaters
Yeah,
are
Dominic Hiesel
tackling around
signals for that right now.
Yeah. And I think they might actually go for the left side this time.
Look at that.
Yes,
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's just what I was saying.
If you want to know how to do it, look at Rosa.
Rosa Kuhn, I'm just really amazed by her prowess as a player. She's awesome, man. I'm a big fan. Gotta be honest.
And when you're actually taken down by her, it feels nice. She's really gentle as she can be.
Okay, now it's Tara Jamali and Sebastian Elser's beat a pair for Berlin. And there's the goal call. And there's a lot of confusion.
And
Rosa Kuhn puts it in.
Rosa gets her goal as well. There was some really nice beater action there. They didn't get control, but they distracted both beaters at the same time, right when they called the goal.
Man, if I was Vienna, I would need a second time. I mean, on offense, nothing seems to be working for them. I mean, was there a throw on the hoops? I don't think. There's always like some forced turnover before because of contact.
Yeah, the problem is you need to get the players of Berlin away from the goals at one point. And for that you need really exact timing with your beaters. and they always have this little, like, maybe 2 seconds dissonance between beaters and chasers there.
Maybe some picks. I would really try to pick apart the defense by setting a pick and maybe give the roll guy an option to the far away hoop, because the passing with like spread out chases doesn't seem to be working for Vienna right now.
Or they can really do some quicker, smaller passes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, like with the pick and roll. Now it's Berlin's turn, and this 50. If this goes in, it would be 50-0.
Oh, that was one mistake.
Oh, great tackle here!
What an action! And what a goal!
That was great pass, but I want to really give some props to number 73. That is Hannah, I think. She really put that in with almost no contact, and she knew the beater was coming. Hannah Wolf with the great, quick touch, alley-oop, so to speak. $50. Vienna needs to think of some answers. Maybe the whole dynamic changes as soon as Snitch is on pitch, but in my experience, that's a time when Berlin also excels. But who knows? I mean, Vienna had their a fair share of games where they were behind and they still came back. If I were Berlin, I would stay with my whole foot on the throttle.
Yes, they need to stay in control, concentrated, and really focused on the game. Vienna is a game that when you slip up once, they use that and use it many times. Nice shot, but a little bit too high there from Daniel.
I mean, maybe it was the contact, but I think he got the shot off before the contact, so it was just a bit off his game.
Yeah, I think they're really trying to just get something in there right now.
Okay, now I think it's going to be a timeout call by Berlin. They want to talk it over. 50-0. It looks good for them, but it doesn't feel there. As soon, I think, as this offense... As soon as this offense for Vienna starts to click and starts to make goals, this is a whole different ball game.
Yes, I actually think they're not that different, like from either the chaser or beater game. It's just that Vienna hasn't really found the idea on how to crack a goal there.
Yeah, and I think Berlin is is a little bit better at absorbing contact. I mean, when they're driving, they seem to shake off one tackle and pass before the second. And Vienna seems to be a bit hesitant when it comes to driving inside and passing it before the first tackle and not even withstanding one. But that's just might be my understanding, and I might be wrong. I mean, for Berlin, I think they just want to like rest this minute because everything seems to be working. If I interpret their signs wrong, it's just, okay, guys, let's focus, stay in this game, and let's bring this to the end and make it to the final.
Yeah, and they're probably also discussing that especially some of the smaller players can give more body into or cover the goals more with the bodies.
Ah, right.
That wasn't really necessary until now, but I hope we're seeing a revival of the Vienna Vanguards here as well. Of course, I'm still for Berlin, but...
How dare you? We're neutral.
Totally neutral here. I told them.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it out of Vienna to get back in this game. 50-0, they've been behind that 2 times already, and one time they won against Liverpool.
Yes, and it's only 2 goals until overtime, so it's not that much.
And I think this timeout also helped Vienna. They could have think about new ways to attack their offense.
Oh, that was discussable if that was a goal. I actually saw it go through, and half of the refs said
the
no.
refs want to talk about that, but I think now here comes the fourth. You saw it go in?
I think I saw it go in.
Yeah, well, now I want to hear about your experience as a goal ref.
Oh, not so. I had to become assistant ref very quickly.
So no goal. And this is an interesting dynamic between Max Martens.
Yeah, but there's a beater on the quaffle. A keeper on the quaffle.
Yeah, Daniel Mittauer, the keeper, should win this.
Yes. Or not.
Yeah, but the
But
beaters were
they're-
coming. That's what I meant.
Beaters are there to save the day.
Yeah, but Max Martin is not the guy to give up easily.
No,
He's-
never.
He'll stay on this quaffle as long
Never.
as he's allowed to.
Something that Berlin is probably not so used to is not having bludger control.
Yeah.
And Vienna has been keeping that for a few minutes now.
Yeah, come on, Vienna. Now I want to see something. You used that. I hope you used that timeout well. Get some new ideas for your offense. But it still looks like the same setup.
Yeah, the setup is the
Okay, maybe now a pick comes.
they are more offensive, like straight from the from
Yeah, but
the
it's not it's
middle.
not helping. They push forward, then they're set back.
Yeah.
They're not gaining anything.
And now they're waiting again.
I mean, this looks like snowballing if I wouldn't know better.
Oh, and there is the long-awaited goal for them.
And that was an important one.
Yes. And this is also how you can do it. Because that is what probably Berlin talked about. They have smaller players that cannot cover all of the hoops. That is something Vienna can now capitalize on.
That was an unwise throw by Markus Tünte. I think he lost much control there.
Yes, they lost it. And now Sebastian is doing some cherry picking there.
And now look at the difference in these offensive approaches with bludger control.
But also look at the difference of the defense.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Vienna is not playing as deep into their own zone. Passes to regain bludgers with the napalm. Good cooperation between
Oh.
Markus Tünte and Anni Deprem. Just great. They're passing ball back and
That
forth.
is so beautiful to look at. And a nice little beat in between. Vienna is closing down the defense more
Yeah,
now.
but I think they're much more aggressive now, and they needed that.
Yes. Berlin doesn't have such an not easy time, but quick time just driving now.
I mean, but Berlin doesn't want to risk anything. They're keeping bludger control.
And there's no goal. And the quaffle is back to Vienna.
Sebastian Elster can cherry pick here right in the
Oh.
back half.
Yes. Vienna again with without bludger control this time. Cherry picking some quaffle players.
I mean, the goal that Vienna shot was a distance throw by Daniel Mitterauer. And I think they're going for it again. They want to create some space between the defenders and their hoops and then want to go for the long shot.
Yes, and they're trying to get
Now they're
I
getting
thi-
pressed.
yeah,
Interception by Neil Martins.
and mispass there. And he just keeps running, number 10.
He's got passing options. I think this should go in.
Oh, too many passing options at once, actually. And they lost the quaffle for that. And there's a no bludger situation, or was.
But missed beat by Sebastian Elster, and this will hurt.
And a goal for Vienna. And now I think we're back in snitch range.
Yeah, 50-20 and not 1 second too late as both seekers are already ready.
So our snitch here is Vincent from Dresden.
I love Vincent as a snitch, I gotta tell you. This guy
is-
gets a lot of time off your clock. He's been in the EQC final last year, and I think he's doing an exceptional job. He's well rested. He told me he's very excited to get on this pitch here, and I think he did a great job.
He's an awesome snitch. But we also have two very good seekers here. Number 8.
That's Ella Grills.
That's Ella. She's actually going on the defense here.
Yeah, they want to win this thing.
And Max has to wait. He doesn't really get a clear shot there, but his beater is protecting him.
Meanwhile, Berlin here getting the attack. Mio Martin still on his feet, not brought down, and there's Rosa Kuhn.
And
Can't catch it.
there was a nice try. The Seekers are now really intense there. Okay.
Okay, and now I think now Vienna is realizing they can win this thing.
And I think they're using a little bit of the confusion, right? There was a quick change. And they're focusing on Max. They don't let him get to the snitch.
Yeah, and I love the play by Lawrence Grafel. And now distance throw, caught. Great deflection. I think that was Marie Degenhardt, but I'm not sure. It could have also been Rosa Kuhn. I couldn't see it exactly. Now Max Martens gets some time on snitch.
He has one-on-one time with a snitch.
And look at this. He's holding his broom very far behind because, you know, Vincent loves pulling off the broom.
Yes.
At the same time, missed. That was a really bad miss here by Berlin. It's close to the hoops and he missed it.
And Ella is coming again between those two. But Vincent is also grabbing onto Max to make sure that he can't get over to him.
And beat before. He got it, but he was beat before.
Yes.
The rest immediately called him back. Marco, and I think that was the right call.
Yes, he was definitely beat before, and he just missed that. That's also why Vincent already ignored him. He knew he was beat before.
Oh, and here comes Heisler.
And
That was
close,
I know,
right?
yeah, but I know him to hit these shots.
Oh,
He'll be a bit disappointed. That could have meant that they could go for the win.
Vienna is going for overtime, and the snitch is caught by number 7.
Simon here, and I
Simon
just told you, I
Hever.
love this guy's energy.
Yes, and he just went straight to it.
Yeah, this guy's energy. I hope we have it maybe on replay.
There was no hesitation at all.
Okay, as soon as we have this on replay, we'll take a look at it. But Simon here looks confident. I think he thinks this was alright.
At the first glance, it actually looked good to me. But I don't know what else happened on
And I think
the
this was the right
pitch.
call by Vienna to go for the overtime. With the whole snitch on pitch dynamic, they seemed to be in control of the whole chaos, I would say. And if it's now even, I think they can win that game. But let's look at this replay.
We see a replay, and
It was good, yeah. As soon
Yes.
as we saw it, the refs called it good. 50-50 star.
overtime.
Okay,
And-
I think that's the first overtime in this tournament.
No,
although
it
they-
isn't.
It isn't?
Not in this tournament.
All right, okay.
Dublin actually went into overtime yesterday against, I forgot.
Okay, they're going to switch sides. Now it's Berlin who have the sun in their back, as they want to maybe. Phew.
Yeah, but now also Vienna has this time and this snitch catch
And this confidence.
to get back into the game. The question is, can Berlin hold it together?
It's hard. I mean, both these seekers are very good. I mean, although he was speed, he still got his hand on the socket and grabbed it. Maybe it was because Vincent wasn't paying attention anymore, but still, Max Martens is the last guy I would want to underestimate on the snitch. But I mean, really, Simon here, I love this guy's energy. He's so quick. He's playing with heart. I mean, that's not really a phrase. This guy
Yes.
really wants it. He wants it so bad, and it's really, really encouraging.
But I also love how quickly Vienna is there in switching their snitching approach. 1 second they're defensive snitching, seeking, and then the next moment they're just like, okay, we're gonna go overtime. Let's do this. But I think Vincent might be a little bit
Yeah, he can be
bothered.
heavy. Yeah, normally he wants 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 handicaps before he gets caught.
Yes. We just talked about this about it this morning because we had a little bit of time, and yeah, I think he's gonna try for more handicaps or at least draw it out a little bit longer now.
But it's hard if both seekers are coming against you. It's gonna take a lot of effort to stay on your feet and keep that socket attached to your back.
Yeah, especially with those seekers.
Okay, I mean, this is thrilling. I'm glad that we have this game here on stream. 50-50 star,
This
and now
is really
50 star
exciting.
50.
Yeah, so the score already switched. The names will switch in a second as well. So right now the teams are using this moment to pull together again, discuss what options they have, what tactics they might want to use.
So, and Sarah, I got the word that Leipzig won 90-40 versus Bielefeld.
Oh!
Augsburg, sorry.
Augsburg,
sorry.
Augsburg, yes.
So Leipzig is in the finale, and now I don't even know if Berlin wants to win. Because
Yes.
if there's one thing nobody of these teams wants to have is to play each other again, because we match up every single time.
Yes, it's legendary right now.
And we can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the stream, Richard Turkovic, the one and only ultra fan that Quidditch has got, is standing on top of the trench and singing his fan chants to motivate his fellow Austrian Quidditch players.
It is amazing how much volume he has in his lungs.
He's got all the energy. If you ask how much, all the energy.
He actually dared me to ask him a few questions, and then he said he will not stop talking. I kind of want to ask those questions. Okay, the teams are getting ready. They switch sides.
And here come the Augsburg Owls cheering, or like at least watching this game, not sure who they're cheering for. I would think that they would be in favor of the Berlin Bluecaps to gain that precious points for the EQC Division 1.
Probably, but
ranking.
they're also very close to Vienna.
I mean, the head coach, Matthias Renner, was longtime coach of the Vienna Vanguards and is now the national team.
Yeah. They have ties.
Yeah. Okay, Berlin is ready. And Vienna is
Yes,
ready.
ready.
Sarah,
And
are you ready?
Yes! Philip, are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's see how this overtime
And
goes.
go! Go! And there's again Quaffel to Berlin.
Fights for the
And
beater.
Yes. But bloodshed control again to Vienna.
I mean, the time will not be enough to get out of swim range, I would think. So anybody just wants to get on the board, get this precious points in case after 5 minutes there's no catch and this whole game will be over.
Yes.
Markus Tünte immediately gets out Max Martens.
And both beaters are trying to get the snitches, the seekers out of the game.
Okay, Simon here got a few seconds.
Yes, both seekers are beat.
And goal for Berlin at the same time.
So they're going in there again.
It's 50-60. If there's no goal after 4 more minutes, Berlin will have it. And now it's Max Martens on the snitch with some time.
But there's the other seeker coming from behind. Vincent saw him. And number 7 has some alone time now.
And second goal. Already a second goal, 50-70.
Oh.
And now Vienna has really to gather the thoughts. Vincent Frich, looking to his right, there's Max Martin. Looking to his left, there's Simon here.
And both of them are coming to get him.
Simon here is on it. He's trying to get deep. His hand is locked with Vincent's.
Oh, he's lost his broom.
Yeah, Vincent loves pulling your broom off from under your feet. And now Max Martin tries to get a few seconds.
But there's the beater. None of the beaters want to allow any alone time with the snitch.
At the same time, Vienna.
But there's number 1, Daniel, with alone time on the snitch for Vienna. That was very close. He could basically feel the snitch already.
Yeah, he could. Now Andrea Wilger passes it to Dominik Kiesel on the left-hand side. Grabbed by Rosa Kuhn. She will not let go.
Sasha is using this alone time again. But
Great tackle by Jonas Becker. He did great. Oh, goal! He lost it!
he lost it! He lost it!
There was a great sequence here. Jonas Becker pulled off the one beater, and then Max Martin used his few seconds but couldn't grip the whole socket.
He couldn't keep hold of
Yeah.
it. Oh. Sasha has alone time again on the snitch.
Sasha Grimm going for it. He's got a few seconds.
And he was so close already. Both seekers now were really close to the snitch.
I mean, this is very tiring. if anything, this takes so much out of your swim range with both seekers going for it. You want to run, you have to run as a seeker, you have to run as a beater. It takes so much out of you. And at the same time, the chasers want to stay in this game or at least close a distance here for Vienna.
Yes, and now Martin also has some alone time with Vincent.
Yeah, it's Martin Schonek.
Yes. And he's also getting right in there. Oh, and another close run for Max. Martin has a lot of alone time on the snitch there.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I think that Max Martens is the better seeker than any of the Vanguards, but the Vanguards are far better at controlling the time at the snitch.
Yes, they can.
Oh, grab,
there was a catch!
grab,
There was
grab,
a catch by Max! I don't know if he was beat. There was a bludger flying around.
This is going to be such a tough call, Sarah. There was a beat. I saw it too. I don't know who it came from. I would love that the replay as soon as possible because there definitely was a beat. I'm not sure who it was from. I'm not sure if it was before or after. And this is like one of the tough moments to be a ref.
Yes, and this is also where I'm really happy that we have a replay option.
Yeah, catch is good! Catch is good! Max Martin grabbed the snitch to put this game with 50 star blank to 100 blank star for the Bluecaps. And they're in the final. And look at this puddle of joy right in front of us.
And it's a German final now.
Oh yes, you're right.
It's a German, it's the standard game of the Eastern.
I kind of want to ruin their fun by telling them they have to play against Leipzig.
Should we tell them?
No, we shouldn't tell them. Let them have their fun.
But Vienna really fought hard and they fought well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
love this. It was a really close game. It was a game. Where was the final? Look at this catch here, right here in front of us.
Oh, they're on the snitch cam. And you can see him celebrating.
Awesome. It was a great game, Sarah. Thank you for joining me. I think we should slowly close it up here. But with the analyst desk and update, it should be the game for place number 3, Vienna versus Augsburg Owls. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we're out for the moment.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.